Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So just a little video today focusing solely on the Europa League, and then once we do this I'm gonna just do a very brief preview video of the Conference League and the Champions League matches that are coming up this week. I think Conference League is next week, we'll have a look. Don't forget to join me on our Predict 6 on the official apps. All of the codes to join my groups are in the info box below. It's very easy to beat me because I am awful. Okay, so this is the Europa League and these were the matches. We'll take a look at them all, have a little chat about them, look at the table and then do predictions for the other two cups. Okay, so Midtjylland beat Sturm Graz 2-0. Goals from Christensen on goal and Diao on the 89th minute, so good start for the Danes. PAOK drew with Maccabi 0-0. Then Braga beat Feyenoord. It was a terrible week for Dutch teams. They all lost. Everyone that entered either the Europa League or the Champions League lost their matches. I was quite upset. I like Dutch football. Sorry, Braga. But Braga won. Navarro with a 79th minute winner. Then Dinamo Zagreb beat Fenerbahce 3-1. It was 1-1 with Beljo scoring the opener, Szymanski getting a lovely equaliser, massive sort of really good shot from outside the box, going through everyone. Then Beljo scored again and Bakrar on the 95th minute when Fenerbahce were throwing everyone forward. Then we had a hard-fought away draw for Celtic, Crvena Zvezda, and I had to look it up because I didn't realise it is the actual Arnautovic of West Ham and Stoke and Inter Milan who has gone to Red Star, but Iheanacho, the new striker for Celtic, has got another goal. He's started pretty well actually for Celtic. Not an embarrassing result at all. And Freiburg beat Basel 2-1. Osterhayer and Eggestein with the goals for the home team, who have started to improve in the Bundesliga. Malmö lost at home, quite surprisingly, to Ludogorets Razgrad from Bulgaria. Jonsson scored what was just to be a consolation goal because Stanic with a penalty and Bile scored the openers for the Bulgarians, who had less possession but way more shots. I was watching this match. So Nice lost at home to Roma. Moffi just got a penalty at the end, but Ndika and Mancini, the two defenders, showing the people up front what to do. I think Mancini said, there was a joke on the Reddit that Mancini should just basically play up front for us. He had such a good game, running from defence to get on the end of the ball. So Roma with a big win. We have to be one of the favourites for this tournament this year. I think we fully expect to at least get to a quarter, semi-final maybe. We played well. We sort of lost it towards the end. We looked a bit tired and Nice got back into it, but yeah, it's a good win. Nice basically haven't got half a defence, they're all injured. So they will improve. This was a fun game. Real Betis 2, Nottingham Forest 2. So Bakambu scoring the opener. Jesus then equalised and then got what we were thinking was going to be the winner before. The absolute GOAT Anthony stepped up 85th minute to get that equaliser. So still, as at time of recording, still no win for Ange Postecoglou. But at least we're getting fun matches again. That was on the Wednesday because these were split over 2 days, and then on the Thursday, as I was saying, no win for Go Ahead Eagles there. I think it might be the first time they've played in Europe. They won, surprisingly, the the cup in the Netherlands last year, beating AZ in the final. So they played at home in their tiny stadium, and to be honest, they were all over the Romanians. I watched this match as it was one of the early kickoffs, and they really deserved something out of it, but they didn't. And Miculescu scored the only goal for FCSB, Steaua Bucharest, and yeah, they went away with a win after only 8 shots compared to 17. And expected goals of 0.66 compared to 1.39. They just couldn't get that goal. Lille beating Brann of Norway 2-1. Goals from Igmane and Giroud, who's returned to European football from LA Galaxy. This was the turning point for Aston Villa, with McGinn getting the goal, as he then did again on the weekend for Aston Villa. So they beat Bologna, who have themselves started quite slowly in Serie A. So Aston Villa's pedigree coming through there on the day. McGinn with the only goal. Aston Villa won. A very good Bologna side, 0. 53% possession, more shots on goal, yeah. Riccardo Orsolini only came on the 70th minute though. He is the big player for them. Again, another loss. I watched this match. Utrecht lost at home to Lyon, who Lyon would like to think that they're going to be in at least a quarter or a semi-final this year of this competition. They might think after their really good run last year that they could go on to the final. So Tessman with the only goal. It was a back and forth match actually. I thought that Utrecht deserved to get a draw out of it, but just couldn't get it in the end. And it was unfortunate. Utrecht on a little bit of a bad run at the moment, unfortunately, both in the league, where they're losing by the odd goal, and now in Europe. So they're not having as successful a season as they had last year, unfortunately. Next up is Ferencváros with a late equaliser after a red card. Pesic, the 94th minute equaliser. Dorosinmi got the early lead for Victoria Pilsen. But the home team, even though they got a red card in the first half for Makrekis, managed to hold in there and get the win. Rangers didn't. They lost at home 1-0, red card, and 55th minute winner Mohamed Diamond on the 41st minute. They also missed a penalty, again, so he'll be relieved that he actually scored. At time of recording, Rangers have won a match in the league now, but even then it was a 94th minute winner. That manager is on borrowed time. Salzburg, who did well in the Club World Cup, but Porto, who really looked impressive in the Club World Cup to me. Porto won that battle 1-0 away. Gomez with a 93rd minute winner. That's actually a really good result for them. I think Porto are going to go far this year. They did. Roma knocked them out in the quarterfinals last year, and it was a bit touch and go. They missed a couple of easy chances even in the Stadio Olimpico, I remember. And I thought on a different day they could have quite easily have beaten Roma. So Porto will be another team that think they can go really deep into the competition this year. Stuttgart beating Celta Vigo 2-1. Buonanni and El Khanous with the goals. Iglesias on the 87th minute, but couldn't get a second goal. It looked like Stuttgart dominated the match actually. And then the last result before we look at the table. Young Boys of Bern 1, Panathinaikos 4. So Janko for the home team, away team Świderski, and then a hat-trick for Zaruri, which seems a little bit unfair, because if you look at the XG, 1.73 for the home team scored 1 goal, 1.25 for the away team scored 4 goals. It's one of those games that you would just want to play again on Football Manager, isn't it? Okay, preview. Bologna is going to go against Freiburg. I think Bologna might get a draw, but I don't think they're in right shape to win at the moment. Utrecht will really hope to get a win away in Norway. Celtic will hope to win at home against Braga. I think young boys might think that they can get something out of that match. Fenerbahce will want to win against Nice, but realistically they'll draw. Real Betis will want to win that match. Panathinaikos will want to win that match. Tough game for Roma. Think they can win against Lille, but it's difficult. Victoria Pilsen will win at home against Malmö. Stuttgart will probably win away to Basel. Draw between Celta Vigo and PAOK. Porto will win against Red Star. This is a tough one. Draw, I think, between Feyenoord and Aston Villa. Genk will beat Ferencváros or draw. I'm going to say win. Lyon will beat Salzburg. Are decent though. Definite. Salzburg can get a draw, but I think Lyon will win. If this match happens, well, I'm not going to go into it in this video. I think it could be a draw. Dinamo Zagreb to win. Nottingham Forest will want to win against Midtjylland, and Rangers will be desperate for a win against Sturm Graz away, but Sturm probably will get a draw. Okay, the table then. Panathinaikos then are currently top. Dinamo Zagreb in second, Midtjylland third, after one match of only. Ludogorets in fourth, Roma, Freiburg, Lille and Stuttgart would make up the top 8. Then FCSB, Porto, Genk, Lyon, Aston Villa, Braga, Nottingham Forest, Betis, Celtic, Pilsen, Ferencváros, Red Star, Maccabi, PAOK, Basel and Brann. And at the bottom then we got Celta Vigo, Malmö, Nice, Bologna, Utrecht, Feyenoord, Go Ahead. All 3 Dutch teams, Rangers, Salzburg, Fenerbahce, Sturm Graz and Young Boys. So if you speak German or Dutch, then you are towards the bottom by the looks of it. Well, apart from Basel and Genk. Stuttgart and Freiburg. Yes, okay. Lovely. Let's take a sneak peek then at the Champions League. So, specifically for the matches, round 2, Atalanta will want a win against Club Brugge, but Club Brugge are on fire at the moment, so I think a draw. It's going to be a cricket score really, isn't it? Bless them. Kairat Almaty at home to Real Madrid, the big draw they wanted. Could be 4 or 5, maybe 6 to Real Madrid obviously. Atleti against Frankfurt. Atletico beat Real 5-2 on the weekend. But Frankfurt are also excellent, so I think Atleti might nudge it, but Frankfurt could show intent to try and win this competition if they get a draw. Bodø Glimt, very difficult place to go. Spurs will want to win, maybe a draw is sensible. Chelsea against Benfica. Mourinho going back to Stamford Bridge. Can he get a result? Well, Chelsea aren't exactly playing well, so I think maybe a draw. It is Jose Mourinho after all. Galatasaray Liverpool, I think Liverpool will win that. Galatasaray will be so upset about that fact. They think that they can match Liverpool, but Liverpool playing too well at the moment, although they did lose on the weekend. So there's a chance. Inter should beat Slavia Prague, but don't underestimate them. Marseille, Ajax, oh wow. Draw, maybe Marseille to win. Pafos Bayern should win that. Karabakh, Copenhagen. I think Copenhagen need to be careful with that match. Karabakh are not going to lie down in this competition. Maybe a draw would be a good result. Again, Newcastle losing too many matches at the moment. A draw out in Belgium would be really good for them. Arsenal will expect to win and nothing else against Olympiacos. Olympiacos will try and get a draw, obviously. Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain. That is going to be an absolute cracker. I hope it's like 3-all, 4-all or something. Leverkusen, PSV. PSV can get a draw. Leverkusen are picking up speed though, so they will think that they can win that. Dortmund will think that they can win at home there. Athletic Club could get a draw. Monaco, Man City. I think Man City will win that at the moment. Monaco in a bit of weird form. Napoli Sporting, I think Napoli to win, and Villarreal Juventus. I think Juventus could win that, but Villarreal are very good, so draw? Yeah. And then Conference League. First round of matches coming up in the first week of October. So Dinamo Kiev will, I think Crystal Palace should win that one. Noah Rijeka. Rijeka will want to win, but difficult away day in Armenia. Białystok will think that they can win that. Coups against Drita, wow. Two sort of debutants in this competition, I think a draw. Lausanne should win against Breidablik. Lech should... Rapid Vienna quite good. Lech are having a bit of a bad start to the season, draw. Ammonia Nicosia... They could surprise Mainz. I think people will think that Mainz are going to win that easily, and it's not going to happen. Maybe draw. Rayo would think that they can beat Skandia at home. Zrinski would think that they can beat the Gibraltars at home. Aberdeen or Shakhtar have got all those Brazilians. I think maybe a draw. Larnaca, I think Alkmaar will win that. Fiorentina are in very bad form at the moment. So maybe Sigma Olomouc can get a draw, but Fiorentina should normally win that. Legia Warszawa should win at home. Again, they're a bit indifferent in the league. AEK Athens will think that they can win against the Slovenians, but Celje showed last year they're pretty decent at home. Maybe a draw. Rakov Częstochowa, Uniwersytetia Krajowa. Last year I would have said Rakov to win easily, but they've started very poorly in the Polish league, so maybe a draw. Shelbourne will think that they can get a result, at least a draw, if not a win at home to Häcken, who are not doing that well in Sweden's league. Slovan Bratislava, Strasbourg. I think Strasbourg to win, but Slovan will not be easy at home. Could be a draw. And then Sparta against Shamrock. Shamrock can probably get a draw, I think. Sparta started pretty well, but they had a terrible season last year, so I'm not sure what form they're in. They're not the same team they were 2 years ago. So maybe Shamrock can get a cheeky draw there. Good luck. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the results and what you think of the predictions. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, so get these videos every week. And of course join me on Patreon if you love what I do. Thanks so much for watching everyone. Take care. See you soon.